what's up you guys, it's Austin, and I was going to post a video today about cooking, but it ended up just not being funny, and the food was terrible, so, not posting that. So I'm gonna post a video about how awful I was as a child. Oh my god, I was such a terrible child. It goes from stories from me threatening to hit a doctor to literally getting to the point where I was lying to my entire elementary school. So I'm just gonna hop right into some of the basic stuff. So when I was younger, I did not like having my hair cut. I had the full-on Justin Bieber haircut. It was beautiful. It was magnificent. It was stunning. And every month, my mom would make me cut it. And there was this one time where she was trying to make me leave, and I refused. I was not gonna get in that car. So actually what I did was I tricked her, grabbed her keys, went in her car, and then locked the doors. It took her threatening to call the police to get me out of that car. By the time this whole ordeal had ended, Abby's being annoying, so she's gonna stay with me. So for me to get out of the car, she actually had to threaten to call the police on me and say that they were gonna take me away. So I finally got out of the car. I was bawling, my face was red and swollen, and I was like, I don't wanna go. I finally get to this place. This lady basically puts a bowl on my head and then cuts everything that she can see. And I had a hardcore bowl cut that was not intended for about 3 months because it wouldn't grow out. It was disgusting. My mom even apologized because it wasn't flattering on me. It wasn't. I have a weird shaped head and it made me look like a penis. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I looked like a penis. And that made it even more difficult to go to the hair salon after that. Now I love it, but that's a whole nother story. So now I'm gonna go into the time I threatened to hit a doctor. So when I was in 1st grade, there were some complications with my eyes, and it wasn't anything serious, like we figured it all out. But basically, I needed to get an MRI. Now, I was like, cool, whatever, I don't care, it sounds fine, you're gonna put me in a tube. So I get into this doctor's office, and this lady sits me on this bed and goes, okay, sweetheart, we're gonna put you on this bed, we're gonna put you in a very small space, don't move, do not swallow. I remember her saying that for some reason. And you're gonna hear loud noises for like an hour. Basically, she didn't put it very delicately. It made it sound horrifying. So I was freaking out, like I started crying, like I was in 1st grade, like that sounded terrifying. So they put an IV in me and give me some sedatives, which did not work. The fact that I became more confused frightened me even more, to the point where I was then like screaming bloody murder. I was like trying to rip the IV out of my arm, like I was terrified. And then I hear the doctor say,
we're gonna give him another dose.
At this point, I go, I'll hit you if you put any more in me. I swear to God. I don't remember very much after that because they injected it. But then I briefly remember waking up right before they put me into the machine again. Well, I don't know if I was never unconscious. I was just more relaxed. But I remember coming in, like everything kind of came back into focus right before they put me into the machine again. And I started freaking out again and like trying to get out of it because they put my head in this box that wouldn't let me move. And I'm not claustrophobic, but it was just scary. So they gave me a 3rd dose. Like, these were very mild sedatives. They weren't putting my life in any danger. But they had to sedate me 3 separate times because I was absolutely terrified and panicked. And yeah, I threatened to hit a doctor. Afterwards, I remember coming home and watching a movie with one of my friends, and like I was so out of it, and I go, I'm gonna throw up. I sit forward and just throw up all over the place. Apparently that makes that happen, and then I ate Wheat Thins for the rest of the day. Should I get into how I lied to my entire elementary school? I think I'm going to. So, as a kid, like, I must have been like a pathological liar. Like, there were so many times where I can remember just like, making just like blatant lies that didn't make any type of sense. But I remember making this one lie up to this kid, where I said, so my brother's Zac Efron. When, I'm trying to figure out how old I was. I was maybe in 3rd or 4th grade, but it was when High School Musical was a really big deal. And I straight up told some kids, like a little group, that my brother was Zac Efron. And I went as far as to saying, Zac Efron has a fake last name because my mom, his mom too, decided that if I was ever gonna have a normal life, people couldn't know that we're connected. And at the time, I will say I kind of did look like him a little bit, like a little bit of the same facial features. And I always had people tell me that I looked similar to him as a child. So I used that to my advantage. I told these kids that, hi Abby, oh hello, she's getting in my lap. I told these kids that he was my brother, and the rumor spread like wildfire. People were asking me for autographs. I even then manipulated it and said that Miley Cyrus or Hannah Montana, which was also very popular at the time, would randomly babysit me at times because they were friends or something. I don't really remember how the connection happened, but it happened, and I turned that into a whole nother thing. I would even bring back fake autographs from them in my own like bullshit scribble and gave it to a few kids. This spread so much to where the teachers heard about it. They contacted my mom and my mom and the teachers all decided it would be best that at lunch we had these giant tables that I would stand up in front of the class and say that everything I had said was a lie. None of it was true, and basically apologize to, I don't think they understood how far the reach was. They only made me apologize to my like specific class, but there were like tons of other kids that knew about this, but word also spread about that. I stood up in front of the whole class crying and go, my brother is Zac Efron, and then I run to the nurse's office and then throw up in the toilet. Because it was so embarrassing for me to stand up into the front of the whole class and go, my brother isn't Zac Efron, I'm actually an only child. Oh my god, like I said, we had bunk beds. It was insane. But literally so many people believed me for like it was like a few weeks. Like people were, like it became like school news. Like everyone was talking about it because High School Musical is just this huge deal. So these are some of the stories of just me being an awful child. I have more if you want more, so please leave a comment if you would like to see more of this. And if you like this video, please, please, please leave a like. It helps me figure out what you guys want to see. And also make sure you subscribe to my channel, that helps a buttload too. Also follow me on all my social media. That's always something I'm gonna say. And that's pretty much it, you guys. Remember, you're never alone because you always have me. I love you guys so much. And Abby loves you too. Mwah. Aww.